Assalamualaikum. I wanted to do a video on how my parents reacted. I know a lot of people can kind of have not so great experiences with it. This one's kind of a fun one, I think. Wow. I did not realize that by choosing a black turtleneck, it would appear as if I was a floating head. Okay, alright, cool, whatever. We'll run with it, it's fine. Anyways, so I was Muslim for actually a couple years before I decided to tell my parents. The reason for this was I kind of wanted to have it to myself and to really be strong in it before I brought anyone else into the picture with it. I actually didn't tell a lot of my friends for a while either. It was a couple months before I shared it with my best friend, Shireen. That was the name. I got her consent to share her name. So the best friend from my previous video, the one who I grew up with since I was 9, who's the amazing Muslim, mashallah, who I wouldn't be a Muslim if it wasn't for her, legitimately speaking. That's just facts. So she's lovely. But I actually didn't even tell her for a couple months just because I wanted to be really solid with it. So when it came to my parents, it was definitely going to be something that I know I need to do at some point, but I put off for a while. And my dad is a very conservative, like, Christian, not super Christian in the sense of like super preachy or anything like that, but conservative Christian man, like, in America. So I was a little bit mildly concerned to tell him, but it's fine. So I remember standing across from him. We were talking about something kind of unrelated, but it was a little bit of a serious conversation, and it just came out. I just said, oh yeah, by the way, I'm Muslim, and I have been Muslim for like a couple years, and just secretly because I don't want to be judged. And that's basically how it came out. And I remember my dad was like, he just looked like the most like sweet, concerned look on his face, like, oh, okay, you know, whatever works for you, baby girl. And I was like, it was so sweet. So very wholesome. With the rest of my family, I was mostly kind of nervous about telling my brother, the one closest in age to me. He was the scientist, or no, he is a scientist. He's an astrophysicist, but he's very much an atheist, and so he's kind of more of like, I felt like he would be more of the judgmental type. But he was really, actually, surprisingly, I was very shocked that he was very encouraging. So around the time I told my parents that I was Muslim, I had been considering wearing the hijab for many months. I was kind of unsure, and that was definitely one of the barriers, I think, in terms of just mentally, like, oh my gosh, if I put it on, it's gonna be this big change, it's gonna be this whole dramatic thing. I don't like attention, I don't like being, like, new things. Like, even when I get a new haircut, when everyone's like, oh my gosh, I love it, or whatever, I hate that. I mean, like, thank you for, like, saying it looks great or whatever, but I just do not like being perceived. I do not like to be perceived. But anyways, so with my brother, the physicist, he was actually really encouraging about the hijab. I randomly texted him one night, and I was like, I'm kind of considering, like, wearing a hijab to work, just to see what it's like, but I'm like super nervous and freaked out and whatever. And he was like, do it, you should just do it, like, why not? And I was like, and then he asked me for photos, and so I sent him like a bunch of photos of me in like a poorly wrapped hijab. And yeah, he was super encouraging. He's like, oh, looks nice. He told me the ones he liked the best, which was really cute. It was really wholesome. And then, just out of curiosity, because at that time, like I said, I had been considering it for a few months, to at least just try the hijab and see. I just didn't know how I felt about it. I wanted to see how my dad would react, like, just for funsies. And, like, historically speaking, I do all kinds of ridiculous stuff just to see my dad's reaction. It's, like, the best. So he's not, like, not used to different things happening, but a few mornings later, I came out and I was like, I was finished praying salat, and I was like, what if I just keep the hijab on, like, go get my morning coffee or whatever? And so I came walking out in a hijab and just chatting about whatever, casually. And my dad did not bat an eyelash. He did not say anything. There was zero reaction. It was like I just came out in my normal pajamas. Now with the hijab, like, so I was like, okay. And then I kind of wanted to get his thoughts on it though. So I think I went back into my room, and then later I came out, I did something else, and I was like, Dad, like, does the hijab, does it look weird on me? Like, does it make my cheeks look big? Or like, does it look weird? Like, you know, I wanted to get his opinion. And he was like, no, it doesn't look weird at all. It looks very Islamic. That's literally how he said it. It's literally how he said it. He's like, it looks very Islamic. I'd have to get used to it, but no, it doesn't look weird at all. And so he was so sweet about it. My dad's adorable and wonderful. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I didn't actually directly tell my mom that I was Muslim. I think she kind of just learned through like osmosis of the family. That kind of happens. Like if you tell one person, it like the knowledge creeps to the rest of the family. I feel like this happens in most families, especially like in the Muslim world. Funnily enough, actually, for Christmas, it was around Christmas time, she got me a scarf. It was like the thinnest little scarf. Like I could not, it would be like the Muslim version of a thong. You know what I mean? Like if I were to put it on, oops, speaking of, oh my gosh. Kudos to my friend Zaina for teaching me today how to wrap the hijab into a turban. I'm super stoked. I've always wanted to like learn, but it's a little bit blessed be the fruit at the moment, so you'll have to, okay, whatever. You know what? I'll have a little rat tail. Very 80s. It's fine. Okay, I guess this is just gonna chill with me. Okay, all right. Okay, so now I have pigtails. No, we're not doing this. All right, hang on. I just bought a bunch of these little suckers. I'm a little afraid of them, but I think it calls for a couple of these in this situation. Okay, I think we're good. It's still blessed be the fruit a little bit, but at least there's no rat tails anymore. So anyways, yeah, my mom got me a scarf for Christmas, very much out of the norm of like what she would normally get me. So I think it was like an encouraging, supportive, being Muslim thing, even though like it was very thin and no way you could wear it as like a hijab, because yeah, it would be very, very thin. And then kind of like with my extended family, aunts and uncles, we mostly just see each other kind of around like Christmas time, which I'm trying to change that. But I honestly use the hijab as just like a coming out as a Muslim tool. So I was like, you know, at Christmas dinner this year, I think I'm gonna wear a hijab. Well, actually, I dressed all nice. I wore like Desi clothes that I got from a friend, and yeah, no comments, no nothing. Everyone just acted like it was normal, which is cool. I think the most like negative reactions are from people I used to work with and others like that don't matter. That'll be a whole other story, maybe one day. Hijab talk is very interesting to me and all that, but that's a different story for a different day. My dad now, I'll do all kinds of random like weird things that are just completely out of like the norm, and he does not question it. Like the other day I got up at like 4 a.m. to go to the masjid to pray Fajr, and yeah, he's like, this is normal, this is fine. So yeah. And what's cute, so I'll say like inshallah and alhamdulillah and stuff like that, like in conversation, and he doesn't bat an eyelash either. He just acts like it's part of the conversation. I don't know if he knows what it means or not. So yeah, that is pretty much the long and short of how my parents reacted and how the rest of my family reacted to me becoming Muslim. I know I'm super, super, super fortunate, alhamdulillah, that my parents are so supportive, my family in general so supportive of me becoming Muslim. It's really, really cool. I know a lot of people aren't blessed in that way to have such strong familial support. So if anyone is struggling, please, please, please feel free to reach out. Follow me on Instagram, message me on Instagram at Muslim Convert Girl. My DMs are always open. I'd love to chat with you and be there for you. And if you want to hear from me and keep in the loop of all my videos, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. Peace.